गानोत्सुखाय गानमत्याय गानोत्सुखमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरुवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसधाराख्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डखण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
Thank you, Akhilesh. May I now request Dr. Harshit Kulkarni, Head of Department Mechanical Engineering, to welcome the gathering.
Success is not just about what you accomplish in your life. It is about what you inspire others to do. Respected Chief Guest, Shri Hari Balachandran, proud alumnus of KLS GIT and CEO of ICT Academy, Shri Vinayak Lokur, Managing Director, Expert Valve and Equipment Private Limited and Governing Council Member, KLS GIT, Deans, HODs, dear faculty members, graduating students, proud parents, press and media. I deem it an honor and privilege to extend a hearty welcome to our chief guest, Shri Hari Balachandran, CEO, ICT Academy, for this graduation day ceremony. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation in spite of your busy schedule. Welcome, sir, for this function. I take this opportunity to welcome Shri Vinayak Lokur, Governing Council Member, KLS GIT, for this function. Welcome, sir. Technology is just a tool in terms of getting the students to work together and motivating them. Faculty or a teacher plays a vital role. I welcome all the head of the departments, my dear faculty members, teaching and supporting faculty for this function. It is rightly said that your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead. Take pride in how far you have come, have faith in how far you can go, but do not forget to enjoy your journey. My dear graduating students, I welcome you all for this graduation day ceremony. The depth of love and sacrifice of parents for their children can never be measured. Parents are the ultimate role models for their children. I welcome all the proud parents for this function. Once again, I welcome all of you present over here for this graduation day ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Srinivas Gombi, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, to introduce the chief guest of today's function, Shri Hari Balachandran, CEO, ICT Academy.
A very good morning to one and all the dignitaries present here. I, Dr. Srinivas Gombi, Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department, am highly honored and feel privileged to have been given the opportunity to introduce our today's esteemed chief guest, Sri Hari Balachandran, who is the Chief Executive Officer of ICT Academy, Taramani, Chennai. it is a great pleasure to welcome such a noted personality as our chief guest today. So on behalf of one and all present here, let me please extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you. Stand. Now I am very much pleased to inform you that Mr. Hari Balachandran is a proud alumnus of our esteemed institute and our mechanical engineering department. He has completed his BE in mechanical engineering in degree in 1986 to 1990. I am very proud to mention that I was his teacher during those days. Later, he completed his master's in business administration from TAPI Management Institute of Management at Manipal, and presently he is actively building the strategic roadmap for the growth and success of ICT Academy. Mr. Bala has more than 20 plus years of experience in senior management roles with globally recognized management consulting, education and training and media companies, besides in market research and project management. His experience lies in the domains such as education and training, sales and marketing, operations management and many more. So here I present Sri Hari Balachandran for our today's function. So I once again welcome you, sir, to this function along with the Lokur sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Harshit Kulkarni, HOD Mechanical Engineering Department, to do the floral welcome to our chief guest of today's function, Shri Hari Balachandran. I also request him to do the floral welcome to Shri Vinayak Lokur, Member, Governing Council, KLS GIT. May I now request Shri Hari Balachandran, CEO, ICT Academy, to deliver the keynote address.
Respected Shri Vinayak Lokur sir, our principal Dr. J.K. Couture, head of my department of mechanical engineering, Dr. Harshit Kulkarni, my teacher, Dr. S.L. Gombi, my batchmates who are still teaching here, teachers, dignitaries present here this morning, teachers and my young friends. This is truly an honor and a very humbling experience to come back to Gogte Institute of Technology, Belagavi after 32 years and be with you this morning. I must confess that the 4 years that I spent in the GIT old campus, not this campus, were the best years of my life, and I have very fond memories of those days. The new campus, when it was opened in 1989, I think, was only for computer science and circuit branches, and they had moved to this campus, but we never got to enjoy this wonderful infrastructure that you have today. However, despite all of the lack of infrastructure in the old campus, we were never deprived of quality education by the committed and hardworking teachers who taught us despite the challenges of sharing the campus with the Commerce College. It was their effort that helped us to getting where we are, and I'm very proud that my classmates also have done extremely well in what they chose to pursue as a career. So on this occasion, I want to thank all my teachers on this occasion and thank the professors for inviting me to this function. To this graduating batch this morning, an important phase of your life is just beginning. After the 4 glorious years on the campus that you defined by quality education that got all of you strong academic record, all-round skills beyond the curriculum to help you compete, and a great hunger to succeed. This, in my humble opinion, are 3 essential skills that are required to succeed. knowledge, skills, and attitude. Congratulations to all of you. And this deserves a big round of applause to all of you graduating today. I'm sure all of you are set on different paths from now. Some of you would seek the impetus of higher education. Some would look to build businesses, and some would embrace the corporate world. I'm sure you'll all do well and are well placed to take on the new world with enthusiasm that you had while you were pursuing your degree here. Whatever path you choose to pursue, this is the moment to discover you and yourself. As you leave this great campus and meet the world outside, it's worth thinking on how you will thrive in the seemingly unfamiliar world that you will encounter. The world is now entering a phase of high tech and high touch. The growth of applications of technology has become extremely rapid in both life and industry. Therefore, I believe the value of human creativity is growing even more exponentially. I'm suggesting that there's a direct correlation between human touch and empathy to the growth of technology. Empathy is an extremely valuable asset that keeps us all human beings and cannot be commoditized. Empathy, in my opinion, is getting scarcer. So it's an urge to all of you not to lose that element of empathy. In 34 states in the US, there is a roster, and it's like a sheet, for professional cuddlers as more and more people are craving for human touch and warmth. There are professional cuddlers, which means you can go and hug them and sit there for some time and feel the human touch. This is an extreme example, but empathizes the need of human touch in this increasingly tech-enabled world. Therefore, to thrive in this world, you must operate at the intersection of purpose, people, and machine, PPM. This is not parts per million, but this is purpose, people, and machines. Without sounding very preachy, let me share some wonderful insights in a fun way that I've learned in the 32 years of working after I graduated. I believe this could probably turn the ordinary to extraordinary, and therefore they are called the 5 E's that matter the most. The first E is evolution. This is particularly pertinent to engineers and engineering. This is not the evolution of a monkey to a man, but this is the softer sides being the wonderful things that about engineering and technology. This can be interpreted as this has to be a constant thing for all of you, evolution. World is changing at a fast pace, I've already told you that. In the 90s, when you were pursuing engineering, if your parents would very proudly tell visitors to your house that my child is doing engineering. And there would be an expression of, respect, which says, oh, engineering. So that was the expression in the 90s. Then eventually, in the 2000s, it became there were a lot of opportunities to go overseas, go abroad and work, pursue education abroad. There was a outflux of a lot of people who went and did MS there. Slowly, the opportunities became better, so people started moving. Now it's come to a stage when in a school, a teacher, if you don't score marks, will say with these marks you will not even get into engineering. It's gone to that stage. Evolution has taken us that far. But I must tell you that with the advent of artificial intelligence and machine learning and advancements in technology, you will have to constantly evolve. You have to learn skills that will be relevant for you so that you remain relevant for somebody to employ you. So please brace yourself for this challenge in this changing world. The second E of this entire of E's that matter is education. What I mean by this is that let your studies not interfere with your education. The 4 years on the campus was a preparation for your life, and education must continue. One of the defined foundation skills that is getting more prominence now is what is called continued learning. You will need to continue to acquire new skills through reskilling and upskilling programs to stay relevant. Recruitment processes are changing. Today, recruiters are looking for skills beyond the academic curriculum. Hiring on demonstrated work on social responsibility or demonstrated excellence in a particular skill or any other skill is weighed significantly. This is not to be mistaken that academic records don't matter. I can cite at least 3 examples when a company who went with us to campus went for recruitment. There was a girl, a student in the college who was actually translating some of the classes into the local language, which was Tamil in this case, and helping the students in our village to prepare themselves for IIT JEE. Trust me, the company hired her even before asking her the first question because she had demonstrated that she is very responsible socially. She wants to help the students in her village to uplift. There's another instance of a student who came to a college like this, and he ensured that in the 4 years that he studied, he ensured that there were no plastics used in the college campus. It continues to be like that after 10 years of his passing out. He also got a job almost before the first question was asked. So what I'm trying to say is that education does not mean studies. You need to constantly keep educating yourself on skills that are relevant, who are socially conscious, and helping the mankind in particular. The third E is environment. We must set aspiration for the stars and not just be above the clouds. The environment should break through boundaries beyond the city you work in, but keeps the entire world in its signs. Today, I was just telling Professor Harshit as well, that I have a request for 300 mechanical engineers with data science skills. I won't be surprised if the same company comes back to me asking for mechanical engineers with artificial intelligence and machine learning skills. This is the requirement, and they're willing to pay a lot of money to hire these engineers. The environment should be fun in whatever you do and enjoyable. This is completely vested in you. You have to make it fun. There's nobody who can make it fun for you. The fourth E is experiment. You know, I know of people who teach yoga in the morning to a group of people in the colony they live in, do a day job of design, and in the evening play guitar with the local band. So don't wear one mask. The world is no longer unidimensional. They expect you to indulge yourself in things that you enjoy. We are not putting a cap on saying that you need to do these things alone. Choose what you like. It could be dancing, it could be craft, it could be drawing, but build a set of skills that you enjoy yourself and it's of utility. So what you are experimenting is what you should do with enjoying all of what you will want to do as a hobby or an interest. Hobby is a very involved activity. Leisure time activities are very different. It will also help you build adaptability, resilience, and ability to invent yourself. In Finland, what they have done with school education is very interesting. Besides the subject they teach, they're building skills on what are called 4 C's. The first C is communication. We all make a mistake that communicating in English is the only way to communicate, and that's wrong. We can communicate in the language as long as the receiver understands the message that is being communicated. We somehow fool ourselves to believe English is the only way it is very articulated correctly. No. Please use the language that you're most comfortable with. The second C is what is called collaboration. No organization allows you to work independently, so you have to work in teams. So collaboration is a very important C. They're building in school children in Finland. The third C is creativity. Now, more often than not, we construe that creativity is movies or building an advertisement and things like that. Creativity, mechanical engineers need to be creative in solving problems. You will have to think differently. That is why creativity is the third C. And the last C is what is called critical reasoning. That's a skill that helps you go beyond vertical reasoning to lateral thinking and solving problems from a root cause problem situation. So besides these 4 C's, there's a huge amount of skills you have to build on adaptability. You might find jobs not in Belgaum, but you might find it in some other part of the world. So you have to quickly adapt to that situation, understand the culture, assimilate yourself with the culture in that place. Third is resilience. Resilience is very important. Your ability to withstand difficult situation and come back with a learning that will help you not to encounter a situation like that in future. Resilience is important. And the last, which I always tell every young student, is that you need to constantly keep learning. Always learning. Need not be related to your work study. Learn yoga, learn dance, learn music, do anything different, but continuously keep learning. And that's important. And you have to create an environment yourself to ensure that you're experimenting with new things. Some things may not stick to you, which is fine. Some things will definitely stick to you. So please find and experiment new things in life that will help. The last E is enjoyment. We forgot to enjoy ourselves. We are so engrossed with our mobile phones and we are stuck into it so badly that we stopped enjoying. I think institutions also stopped teaching happiness, how to be happy. There are courses now available on how they teach you to be happy. But learn to be happy. That's very important. Because if you enjoy doing everything that you're supposed to do, even the small things, it will matter a lot. Because remember the mantra, that happy person will be a successful professional. An unhappy person will not be. Because you're grappling with your uncertainties, your fears and all of that. So learn to practice to be happy. But this doesn't mean you will be happy 24/7. It doesn't happen. But learn to be happy. That's a very important thing. And institutions like GIT should start introducing a course on happiness. It's a 2-credit program in many places that I have visited. I have 10 mantras that have stood with me, 10 commandments as I call for myself, which has helped me navigate this 32 years of professional life. I urge all of you to think 1 or 2 or 3 of them and probably take it. The first mantra that all of you should have, the graduating batch, should have one big dream. When I passed out of the college, my one big dream that I had set is that I must visit 40 countries. I've done 42. I'm still working. So you have to have one dream. It need not be professional. I want to be a CEO of a company is not relevant. It is one big dream that I build my house for my parents. Could be one dream. It could be anything, but one big dream is the first commandment that you ought to have. And this has to constantly keep evolving. Once you attain that, your next big goal should be there. That's how it is. And it cannot be stationary. It has to keep moving. Second commandment that I have is do things at a time. You can't wear one mask all the time of being a professional. You can be a lead guitarist in the local band. You can be anything. But you need to do 2 things as the second commandment. Third commandment is that you should have 3 people close to you. First set of people should compliment you, which says, hey, good job done. Second set of people should be one who compete with you. Said, I need to get better every day, so I need to have a set of people who keep challenging you all the time so that you compete. And the third set of people are called the coaches. It could be your father, it could be your mother, brother, sister. So you need to compete, complement, and have a coach. These 3 sets of people are very essential for you to keep track on the goal that you have set for yourself. Fourth commandment. Do something that you enjoy 4 days a week. I enjoy playing badminton, so I play 4 days a week for 1.5 hours each. I make it a point. So what happens is 3 days of rest urges me on the 4th day to go back and start playing again. So do it 4 times a week. More than that, it becomes a little of a chore and then it becomes a little bore. Fifth, spend 5 minutes of things that you take for granted. 5 minutes on a daily basis. The fifth commandment is spend 5 minutes. How many times have you gone back and told your mother that you made a great dish today? I enjoyed my meal. Or thanked your father for a small act of kindness that he did for you. We take it for granted. We are supposed to do it. But make it a habit to thank people. It comes back to you. If you don't give, you don't receive. So take 5 minutes every day to thank somebody. Keep it for your parents, sometimes for your colleagues, sometimes for your teachers. How many of you have thanked your teachers since you graduated? It's a day for you to all come back and thank all the teachers for the wonderful work they have done with you over the 4 years. The sixth commandment, learn one skill every 6 months. It will help you. And skills are not related to your professional life, and that's the mistake we always make. Learn one skill. It could be very, very archaic. It could be very different. So it's very important to learn one skill and make this a habit. If you make this a habit, you'll go a long way in becoming successful. Seventh commandment, read 7 pages of any book every day. That's the average number of pages people read. Thank you. People read. You need to read. And it's a highly recommended activity to read a book, not on the screen. Because more often than not, when you're reading on the screen, a notification comes that you need to plan for dinner or go out for a movie. Then the distraction in ensuring that 7 pages are read are gone. So please read 7 pages on a day. It's a habit. It's a very cultivated habit. I was not a great reader till I graduated. It's only later I realized the power of reading. Most of it comes because you're able to retain information and take this forward. The 8th commandment, spend 8 minutes of every day for yourself for your physical fitness. 8 minutes. We don't take care. We take it for granted that we have able bodies, we can continue to live. Live the way we are. So it is important to take care of your bodies. You need to see the symptoms that are there if there's something bothering you. So 8th commandment is to take care of yourself, exercise or follow a sport. That's the advice for the 8th commandment. 9th commandment is at every year in December, make a list of 9 things that you want to accomplish the next year. It's called a bucket list. Please make a bucket list. It will help you when you start looking at it during the year and saying that it could be like visiting a place. It could be one target, but 9 things on the bucket list, at least 2 for your family and the rest for yourself. And the last, please spend 10 minutes every day before sleeping or when you get up to plan your day and take that day forward. These are things that I do, I practice. I'm not being preachy about this, but it helps. I'm not sure all of you can follow all the 10 that I have articulated today, but choose the ones that you're easy to do with. Start with one, build more. And if you build this, I think this is habit forming. And once you're habit forming, then success will come. This reminds me of this story that I often quote, is the story in 3 Idiots, where in the bathroom, Amir Khan is telling them that make yourself capable, then success will run after you. And if you chase success, success will be eluding. So please make yourself able. Some of this will help all of you. But in the end, let me wish you all the very best and hope all of you are extremely successful in whatever wish to pursue. May you all have good health, success and happiness as your companions for life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those insights and those motivating words. I request Shri Vinayak Lokur, Member Governing Council KLS GIT, to present a token of respect and gratitude to Shri Hari Balachandran. Thank you, sir. May I now request Shri Vinayak Lokur, Member Governing Council KLS GIT, to deliver the presidential remarks.
Chief guest of this function, Shri Hari, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Harshit, my gurus in the audience, my friends in the audience, the teaching and non-teaching staff of GIT, and student friends. This has been a very obedient mechanical engineering class. इतना साइलेंस तो हमारे टाइम पे होता नहीं था. It's a unique occasion that all the three on the dais are alumnus of GIT. Me and Hari met in the morning. Hari introduced saying, I am a alumnus of GIT. I said, sir, I am also alumnus of GIT. Then Hari said, मैं old campus में पढ़ा था. मैंने बोला मैं भी old campus में पढ़ा था. He said, I passed out in 1990. I said, I also passed out in 1990. And we have all learned the Venn diagram, right? Only one common thing emerged. He said, then there was only one girl in our batch. Hari was in mechanical and I was in industrial production in 1990. So both are of having the fortune of passing out through GIT. And GIT has contributed to our lives last. Roles change. So today I am assuming another role as in the capacity of the managing committee member of this college. So privileged to do that. Friends, I am like a pujari today. वो पुजारी बोलता है ना, जब तक मैं स्वाहा नहीं बोलूँगा आपका शादी नहीं होगा. जब तक मैं मेरा स्पीच कंप्लीट नहीं करूँगा आपको ग्रेजुएशन सर्टिफिकेट नहीं मिलेगा. So only when you listen to me completely you will become a complete engineer. Hari has spoken all the insights which a professional should have. And I would request Dr. Harshit to capture all those and please circulate to all the students, because I know an engineer's capacity and the attention span. So I am sure none of us would have gathered all those important things which he said, but it is always good to refer back. Not on the day of exam, but to prepare for the exam of life. So all the characteristics which he has said, I would urge, please capture it in your mobile. Introspect on them one-on-one. How is it going to help me in particular life? Just to share a memory, when we were in the final year of engineering, our HOD had gone to Bagalkot Engineering College then. Project तो हम बनाते हैं, तभी CNC, NC machine सब नया था. Students at Bagalkot Mechanical Engineering had done NC programming for a machine. And suddenly what happened, I don't know, at the time of actual practical, the tool post went and rammed into the headstock. And the external examiner asked, what is this? He said, sir, NC machine, no control. The examiner was also equally witty. He said, then what is CNC? Sir, completely no control. But those were the college days and it can work in college. In real-time industry, it will not work. Okay? So, till date, whatever you have done, friends, was a net practice. Now you have to play the match. And in the match, you will get googlies. In the match, you will get bouncers. In the match, you may get good pitches. In the match, you may get bad pitches. But whatever you have done will actually come to play in life now. Now the time starts actually to engineer the life. So far, the degree is got. When I came in, I found a lot of mixed emotions. Some were proud, some were happy, some were satisfied, and some were amused. Maybe 4 साल में बन गया. अभी बन तो गए हैं तो आज सर्टिफिकेट तो मिलेगा. लेकिन let me tell you from my experience, it's a wrong notion that only a particular branch has got a future. Our society or our samaj, when we call, it requires every bit of an element. Like our body has all the important parts and requires all the vitamins and minerals, every graduate is required in the society. In nature, friends, nothing is a waste. And that's why it is said that the last benchers are the best creative masters in the industry. So never feel ashamed that, okay, you may not have scored a rank, doesn't matter, but you are good at something. And what you need to do now onwards is, Hari can vouch that, we might have studied 24 subjects together, but none of us is a master of all the 24 subjects. I might be good at something, and that subject is my mastery. Now you will have to find out what you are good at and build your career on that. Don't try to become a complete mechanical engineer, nobody is. But if you are good at operation research, build your career in operation research. If you are good at thermodynamics, build your career in that area. And let me tell you with honesty, sincerity, and experience that salary doesn't mean life, and degree doesn't mean education. Both are true. Somebody in other industry domain may get a better salary, but they also have equal miseries. I see from my own relatives and friends. Okay, so it is not always, the grass is always green on the other side is what is said. So we need to understand how am I developing myself and increasing my usefulness to the society. Because as engineers, we have a very little choice to do mistakes. We are here to give solutions to the society. We are here to better the societies. And other day I was talking to a friend from SAP. They were hunting for mechanical engineers because the IT guys can program, but they don't know what to program. Shop floor पे क्या चलता है पता ही नहीं है. So how can they program? They know the coding language, they don't know the operations. So now the IT companies are in search of mechanical engineers who can actually give inputs to programming. So it is not a branch, I would say, कि where there is less opportunity or ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, बहुत opportunity है. The only thing I was telling Harshit is I was expecting everybody in a boiler suit, not in a white shirt. Because we want engineers जो हाथ काला करेंगे. और जब अभी आप काला करके सीखोगे तभी आप अच्छे इंजीनियर बन पाओगे. Take it from me, at least first 2 or 3 years, whether you work with a project company, whether you work with a small scale industry or whichever industry you work with, you will have to work with your own hands. All the theory looks good in books. When it comes to practice, it's difficult. And it is very, very subtle. I will take just 2 minutes beyond the presidential remark. I know the presidential remark is normally not so long, but thanks to Dr. Kittur and his time, so I have a little more time to share my experience. I have seen a documentary which talks about an airline called Cathay Pacific. And you all can see that. It is available on the YouTube. But I have a hobby of seeing air crash investigation documentaries. And I believe every engineer must see that. The Cathay Pacific airline going at 35,000 or 40,000 feet high started showing a low fuel indication in the aircraft. The co-pilot alerted that we are running out of fuel. The chief pilot insisted that no, I have personally checked the fuel level when we took off and there is nothing wrong. Still they said, okay, let us do a check. So they opened the windows and saw if there is some kind of fire or leakage or anything, nothing. Then they have a mechanism in the aircraft where they can open a valve and pass on the fuel between 2 engines, which they did. And they had a chance to land at a particular military airbase that time and check for themselves what has gone wrong or if something really has gone wrong. The chief pilot insisted that nothing is wrong. And they just opened the valve and continued to fly. And after some time, everything switched off. The flight was empty of fuel. And they were just gliding. And there was no chance to return to the military airbase, they had already crossed it. They had only to take over to the actual landing base. And when they were actually gliding and landing, he realized that I am at a higher velocity and a speed than where I am supposed to touch on the runway. And he did not have a fuel to make a U-turn and come back. Somehow they landed, stopped before the crashing wall. All tires burst, all lives saved luckily, but that is the history where Cathay Pacific has paid the highest penalty because of faulty maintenance. And what had happened in the maintenance, they do this root cause investigation in that story. And that is very interesting. When they checked when the aircraft was maintained, they had replaced the connecting pipe. The original pipe was all from Rolls-Royce, and it was not available in store that day. So the maintenance engineer thought, okay, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, इधर से उधर फ्यूल लेके जाना है. So he put up an existing available pipe. The difference between a Rolls-Royce original pipe and the existing available pipe was there was no insulation on the pipe. And because there was no insulation at that height, the pipe continued to chatter, vibrate, and it created a hole. And that started the fuel to leak. A small mistake of a maintenance engineer could have costed 350 lives. Now that is, my friends, is the responsibility of engineers. मैं हमेशा सब जगह बोलता हूँ, डॉक्टर बोल सकता है मैंने मेरा काम किया, अभी बाकी भगवान भरोसे. इंजीनियर नहीं बोल सकता है. We need to get to the details, and only when we get to the details we will become good engineers. And it is very interesting because when you get to the details you get inquisitive कि ऐसा क्यों है. Try and challenge the status quo now onwards. When you only challenge the status quo you will start thinking creative. और नया क्या हो सकता है. And whosoever students I have come across, because I am a passionate teacher, I see you are brilliant brains. Okay, as parents we find it difficult to cope up with your speed. Let us accept that. And one message to the parents, that wherever they go, we still remain their parents. Okay, I understand fully that the batch now is much ahead in terms of intellectual levels or exposure or whatever it is, but sometimes वो मज़ा होता है. मैं किसी पेरेंट्स को बोलता हूँ, किधर है बेटा आजकल? फॉरेन गया है. किधर फॉरेन में? वो टोरंटो क्या, कनाडा क्या, वाशिंगटन कुछ बोल रहा था. टोरंटो किधर, वाशिंगटन किधर? They only know they have gone to foreign. They are proud of yourself. But that should not be the case. Parents need to know which company my son is working, what is happening, which destination it is into. Thanks to technology that we are staying connected every day. Okay, but sometimes it becomes too much also. Freedom नहीं मिलता है. But at least that access is there through your WhatsApp. So we need to stay in touch with our own grounds. So more experiments you will have to do than you did in your labs in the engineering studies, in life. Okay, you specialize in a particular domain. Hari has already given you insights, but all of those who want to be successful, please read a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It will tell you everything that a person needs to do apart from just having a BE degree. Challenge your CV. Okay, abroad if you go, and those who want to go abroad, you will be selected based on the CV. And in the CV, what you put matters. How you put matters. There is an art of writing CV. Okay, otherwise you might have done n number of good things, but if you write an essay, nobody abroad has time to read that. And this is my experience I am telling from my daughter's case, who is studying in Germany. So if you want to get entry, because now you are entering a competitive world, everybody is there to compete. And enormous amount of opportunities. So don't worry. Job ही success नहीं है. Become an entrepreneur. Become a teacher. No problem. Whatever you like, please become. So study 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I wish you will come back here as a chief guest after some years on such occasion of the graduation day ceremony. GIT will provide you that opportunity for sure. Make us proud. Wherever we go out, we are Indians. And that's my personal experience. Nobody will remember us as Kannada, Marathi, Belgaum, GIT, nothing. Anything that we do, we are Indians. And it is our responsibility to see that we make everybody in this chain proud. ये proud का भी काफ़ी मज़ा है, especially for parents and teachers. When somebody gets a rank, it actually happened in a ceremony. The parent said, no, from childhood we have brought him like this. That is why he is successful. The grandparents said, no, we were telling stories, that's why he has become such value-oriented person. The teacher said, no, we have a system in the college or school that this is how we teach and make attendance compulsory and all that, that's why he has become like this. Principal said, no, our college or our institution is of such high standing, everybody here will become successful. वो चीफ गेस्ट उसको बुला के बोला, तूने कुछ नहीं किया, जो किया इन्होंने किया है. So let us not withdraw that credit from you. But at the same time, if somebody has not succeeded, we also stand responsible. Nobody says it is because of me he has failed. That's also important. So we have to take everybody along. We have to go together. So come back to GIT, keep in touch with GIT, contribute to GIT, whatever you can, wherever you go, whatever exposure you get. And I will give you a small homework which can lead you to success. Ready to do it? अभी करना है. होमवर्क बोला तो घर जाके नहीं करना है. सर्टिफिकेट लेने के पहले करना है. करेंगे? Okay. Can we all raise our hands? Both hands? Okay. Can we raise a little bit more? That's all you have to do for becoming successful. Stretch yourself. Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. I now request the dignitaries to distribute the PDCs to our graduating students. Dear parents and students, you are requested not to come near the stage to click any photographs. We have arranged for a photographer and the photos will be shared with you all.
To begin with, I call upon the Bachelors of Engineering graduates to collect their provisional degree certificates. I request our chief guest, Shri Hari Balchandran, CEO, ICT Academy, to do the honors. Abhijit Parulekar, Abhishek Gavas in absentia, Abhishek Netrakar, Abhishek Kaburmat, Abhishek Salunke, Adarsh Gali, Adarsh Kamte, Aditya Ghorpade, next, Aditya Ghorpade, Aditya Bang, Aditya Patil, Akash Tagare, Akshay Hiremat, Amit Sirivant, Anirudh Rao, Anisha Kudle, Anisha Kudle, Thank you, sir. Now I request Shri Vinayak Lokur, Member, Governing Council, KLS GIT, to do the honors. Anjali Kundap. Ankita Vernekar. Anup Kumar Marilingannavar. In absentia. Arslan Ahmed Sheikh. Arslan Ahmed Sheikh. Arul Bakure. He has also received an appreciation letter from the college for serving as quiz coordinator for Student Council for the academic year 21-22. Ashish Hanji. Ashish Hanji. Ashutosh Patil. Attar Harun. Avin Shetty. Basavraj Angdi. Bhimrao Jadhav. Bipin Mohite. Brian Paz in absentia. Burle Pankaj. Chaitanya Nadgaud. Thank you, sir. Now I request HOD Mechanical Dr. Harshit Kulkarni, KLS GIT, to give away the next set of certificates. Chandrasekhar. Chan Basavraj Hugar. Chetan Hulawan. Chetan Kumar Hebballi, D'Souza Antino, Guru Basappa Hurlikadli, Guruling Kesti, Guruling Kesti, Harshit D. Kulkarni. He has also received an appreciation letter as a General Secretary from the college. Kanaka, Kiran Gajendragad in absentia, Kiran Hiremat, Kiran Hiremat in absentia, Kiran Padnur, next, Kiran Padnur, Kishore Sutar, Krishna Gowda Patil, Krishna Gowda Patil, Madhuram Mantri, Madhuram Mantri, Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Dr. M.S. Patil, Dean Academic, KLS GIT, to do the honors. Mahesh Koppat, Mahesh Koppat, Manikant Madivalar, Manjunath Piroji, Marvin Docasta, Mohammad Sardar in absentia, Mohammad Desai, ओंकार गुरव, पाटिल किसन राजू, पवन शिंदे, प्रशांत डोले इन एब्सेंशिया, प्रतीक, प्रवीण डी, रक्षित अलगुंडी इन एब्सेंशिया, रेवप्पा, Thank you, sir. I kindly request Dr. S.L. Gombi, Professor KLS GIT, to do the next set of honors. Ritika Hegde, रोहन देसाई, रोहिन लेंगरे इन एब्सेंशिया, रोहन देसाई, रोहिन लेंगरे इन एब्सेंशिया, रोहित एस, ऋत्विक मेंसे, ऋत्विक मेंसे, संकेत सबनविस इन एब्सेंशिया, संतोष, संतोष पाटिल, सगीप सन्नदी, सत्यनारायण कुलकर्णी, शक्ति कुपसत, शिवानंद यू, Shivappa Jambagi, Shrish Dani. He is also been awarded an appreciation letter from the college for serving as a music coordinator for under student council for the academic year 21-22. Shreyas Patil. He also has been awarded appreciation letter from the college for serving as a fine art coordinator for student council under academic year 21-22.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Shivkumar S., Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, to do the honors. Vaibhav. Shreyas Pawar. Shubham Kulkarni. Shubham Panade. Siddhivinayak Kotibaki. Somnath Gowda Patil. Saurabh Kadoli. Saurabh Kakwade. Saurabh Savadatti. Sudarshan Patil. Sumit Gavani. Suraj Kumar Akki. Tejas Bani. Tejas Anvekar. Uday Tungal. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. M.M. Nadkatti, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, KLS GIT, to do the honors. Vaibhav Devareddy Ever. Vaibhav Haval. Vaibhav Pachangil. Vardhan Kamal. Varun Kulkarni. Veeran Gowda Patil. Vijay Lamani. Vikas Patil. Viraj Deshpande. Vittal Hude in absentia. Yogesh Belagavi. Abdul Mateen. Abhishek Balunavar. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Anupama Kallol, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, KLS GIT, to do the honors. Ketan Chaugle. Abu Sufyan Mullah. Adarsh Kerba. Aditya Bastwadkar. Aditya Shinde. Adrian Rodriguez. Ajay Pavle. Akash Bari Giddavar. Anandaya Hiremat. Aniket Dayarkar. Anirudh Undre. Faizan Rangres. In absentia. Hanumant Kanti. Rutvik Shelke. Karat Manolkar. Pratik Razai. Thank you, madam. I now request Dr. V.N. Satvik, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, KLS GIT, to do the honors. Ketan Chaugle. Kiran Kumar Nilugal. Kugaji Baburao. Madhav Renke. Manthan Jadhav. Mayur Desai. Mohammad Belawadi. Omkar Khanukar in absentia. Patankar Dheeraj in absentia. Pavan Genji. Pratik Gudsalmani. Rohan Hundlekar. Rohit Renke. Rohit Hongekar. Rohit Hongekar. Sakib Patel. Thank you, sir. I now request our today's chief guest, Shri Hari Balachandran sir, to do the honors. Sanju Vanni. Shahbaz Syed. Shreyash Patik. Shubham Morkar, Saurabh Patole in absentia, Suraj Pise, Tarle Ashwin Dilip in absentia, Vinay Dhang, Vinayak Dasar, Viresh Jangam in absentia, Zek Safi in absentia, Sachin Karki, Nihar Koturi in absentia, Ankush Nagmoti in absentia, Karthik Sasidaran in absentia. Thank you, sir. I now request PG students to collect their PDC. And to do the honors, I request Vinayak Lokur sir to do the honors. Praveen Nalvatwad in absentia, Sridhar Ginima, Siddhanand Kandagal, Sushant Kadam, Vaibhav Kolekar in absentia. Thank you, sir.
Can we have a big round of applause for all our graduating students? With great pride, I would like to mention Mr. Girish Prabhu Khanolkar, who is the topper of a department and is also the highest scorer across all the departments of a college with a CGPA of 9.97. We wish to congratulate him in absentia. Congratulations, dear graduating students. The hard work and the dedication you have put in during these 4 years is highly appreciated, and we take pride in contributing in your academic journey. All the best for your journey ahead. I now call upon Professor Tushar Havar, AME Coordinator, to give the vote of thanks.
I, on behalf of KLS Gogte Institute of Technology and the entire Mechanical Engineering Department, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the dignitaries for gracing the occasion and sharing with us your valuable insights and opinions today. At the outset, I wish to thank Mr. Hari Balchandran sir for providing us with his guiding and encouraging words and sparing valuable time. We are inspired by your great words. Thank you, sir. Further, we are grateful to Shri Vinayak Lokur sir, Member, Governing Council KLS GIT, for presiding over the function. Thank you, sir. I also wish to express my gratitude to J.K. Kittur sir in absentia of Principal, KLS Gogte Institute of Technology for his encouragement and constant support. Also, I would like to thank and acknowledge our gratitude to Dr. Harshit Kulkarni, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, for his guidance and valuable inputs. Thank you, sir. I extend my thanks to all the students and their parents for gracing this occasion with your presence. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our sincere thanks to the entire teaching and non-teaching staff of Mechanical Engineering Department for their support and care extended to all of us. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everybody. Very well organized. I remember my college days. I never came for this event. I just got it delivered on post. This is a good welcome change. At least if I didn't receive it, I at least gave something. Thank you very much.
Dear students, parents and staff members, lunch has been arranged in the college canteen. You all are requested to proceed for the same.